Hey, Ryan Black here, and welcome to video 1 in the series of Daygame tips. So this one, number 1, is all about mindset, which I encourage you to watch first because, to be honest, it's actually the most important thing. It really is. We spend a lot of time on different mindsets and then going out and implementing them on our infield courses, because if you haven't got that right, fundamentally, it doesn't matter if you have the greatest techniques in the world, if you've got the funniest thing to say, if you're the most interesting person, if you've got the coolest clothes, if you've got the best routines, it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter at all. If you're coming from the wrong place, if you've got really bad mindsets that are limiting how you think about yourself, how you think about women, if limiting mindsets about what you're allowed to do, what you're not supposed to do, then it's not going to work. Nothing is going to work. You're going to be very frustrated. So if we're coming from the right place, conversely, then a lot of the different techniques and whatever doesn't really matter. It's not that important. The mindset is literally the most important thing. So I'm going to give you one mindset that I think is pretty powerful, and it's a great analogy for not just approaching women, but for life as a whole. So I call it the billionaire's mindset. So imagine you're a billionaire and you've just made another $1 billion, right? You're pretty happy, you're doing really well, doing amazingly, now you're doing even better. So of course, being a billionaire, you get on the private jet and you fly over to Las Vegas, get out of the plane, get in the limousine, and go to your favorite casino. Get out the door, and you're on your way in to your favorite casino to gamble, tens, hundreds of thousands of dollars probably. So on your way in, just for fun, because you can, because you're a billionaire, you have a big stack of $100 bills. And on your way, as you're just walking in, you just start handing out $100 bills to people. Okay? And you're not doing it to make those people like you. You're not doing it because you want a certain kind of reaction out of them. Doing it because you just want to give people a little bit of value, to make a few people's lives better. And because you're never going to feel as a billionaire that giving away $100 at a time is going to even come close to reducing the total amount of wealth that you possess. Right? It's a tiny, tiny fraction of how much you have, so why not give some away? So as you're doing this, pretty much one of only a few things can happen, right? You hand somebody a $100 bill, and they look at it and go, "Oh, thanks very much," and they walk off, right? Probably the most likely thing. So as you're walking away from having done that, can you feel good about yourself? Can you feel that that was a positive interaction? Yes, you can. Right? They walk away $100 richer with a smile on their face, feeling good. Feeling good about themselves, feeling good about their life, feeling good about you. Right? They're better, their life is better for having met you. And all you had to do was this tiny, tiny, small expenditure of energy of doing this and giving that to make them feel that way. Why not do that every day if you have the time? Makes you feel great. Win-win. Second example, you hand somebody a $100 bill and they look at it and they go, "You know what? That's okay, I don't need it. I appreciate it, but you should give it to somebody who deserves it more." And that would make you feel really good too, wouldn't it? Because you're like, wow, that's so selfless of this person to actually not want it because they're doing okay, and they want it to go to someone who whose life is who's worse off than theirs, and so it can benefit somebody else more. That's really nice. They feel good because they basically turned down money and goes, "No, give it to charity, give it to someone who needs it more." They feel good about themselves for being so altruistic. You feel good about them for being such a nice person, and you feel good about yourself because it's like, well, at least I tried to give this person money. The fact that they didn't accept it is totally fine, you know? You certainly wouldn't feel disappointed. You certainly, as a billionaire, when someone's saying, you know, it's okay, I don't need the money, you certainly wouldn't feel rejected. Third example is you could give somebody the money and they could look at it and they could say, oh, that's really nice of you. Why are you doing this? Why are you just handing out money? And you'd reply, oh, well, I'm a billionaire and I'm just kind of want to give some money back and I'm just on my way in to play poker and I just thought it would be a nice thing to do. And they could strike up a conversation, be like, oh, that's really interesting. What field are you in? I'm actually on my way in to play poker myself. Let's, you know, why don't we walk in together? And so in giving them that value, they recognize it as valuable, they accept it, and they also reciprocate it. So they reciprocate it in the form of the kind of value that they have in that moment, which is interesting, pleasant conversation, which may end up turning into a friendship, into a business partnership of some kind, maybe into a relationship. So again, is that win-win? Even more so than the last two, right? They feel good, you feel good. They're $100 richer, they've made a new friend. You're $100 poorer out of billions, and you've made a new friend. Win-win, once again, we can feel great. So there's one more example, one more possibility, really, of the space of possibilities, which is you go to hand somebody a $100 bill. They look at the fact that you're doing that, and they're like, I don't want your money, you know, screw you, who do you think you are, some big shot just handing out money like you're better than me? Ah, fuck you. That could happen. They could just be angry. Maybe they're walking out of the casino right now because they've just gambled away all of their money, right? Their life savings, their kids' college fund is gone. They have nothing. And a $100 bill is never even going to come close to paying that back. So in that moment, as you do that, what's happening is it's their own insecurities. It's their own anger at themselves for what they've done. And they're just projecting that onto you. It's not your fault. There's nothing you did. Let me ask you this. If you were a billionaire and you tried to hand someone a $100 bill and that's how they reacted, would you feel rejected? Would you feel like you need to go back and explain yourself and be like, no, you don't understand. I'm trying to give you, the money's free. Like, you know, I just wanted to give it to you. Like, I'm a really nice guy. I'm being nice to you. Like, be nice to me back. Would you feel like, oh man, I really screwed up when I handed that money out? I think I must need to work on my dollar bill handing out technique. No, I mean, that's ridiculous. A billionaire wouldn't spend a second worrying about that person and what he did to produce that reaction. A billionaire would just look at him like, all right, that guy's an idiot, that's a weirdo, and continue on with his day without a second thought. He might, if he did think about it a second time, laugh about it and tell the story of this crazy idiot. But he certainly wouldn't second guess himself. He certainly wouldn't worry about this person having rejected his money. And he wouldn't look inside himself and say, this was my fault. I did something wrong. I'm not good enough. I hope you realize as I gave those examples that that's what approaching is. Right? That's the mindset of approaching. You have value within you already. You are valuable because of who you are, because of what you've done, about what you've accomplished, what you've achieved, what your passions are, who you want to be, your sense of morality, your core values. You already have tons of value, infinite value, right? We are beings that have an infinite capacity for love within us, all of us. So when you're walking around, when you're meeting new people, all you're doing is you're giving out a tiny fraction of that value in the form of, I'd like to have this conversation. Here's a nice compliment. Oh, it'd be interesting to meet you. oh, here's this interesting thing, oh, this is this funny joke, in an attempt to put a smile on that person's face, to make a connection, to teach them something that they might not know, to help them, to make their day, to share in a moment and an experience. So there's no way that if you're doing that, if you're coming from that place, if you're coming from that mindset, that you can never be rejected. All that can happen is that some women will appreciate the value that you give. You give them a nice compliment, you make their day, you give them a nice compliment, and they go, thanks very much, but, and goodbye. And that's great. You still feel good, they feel good, fantastic. Some of them will stop and reciprocate the value that you've given them in the form of conversation, and forming a connection, and maybe that'll turn into a number and a date and a relationship. Some of them will say thank you, but I can't accept this, right? Because I'm already in a relationship. It's really nice of you and I appreciate it. This happens all the time when I'm out with students. It happened just yesterday. A student met a girl, they're having a nice chat, gives her a nice compliment, she smiles, she loves it, and she says, that's really nice of you, I'm really sorry, but I have a boyfriend. Right? She's apologizing for having a boyfriend because the experience was so lovely. She would love to meet him. She'd love to be with him. I'd love, it would be great to have this under the but I can't accept it. I don't need it. I already have, right, a relationship at home. I can't have yours as well. That's okay. Again, we feel great. We just made someone's day. And finally, some girls may react angrily. They may not like it. They may not appreciate it. They don't find that, that value that you're giving valuable to them. They don't want it. They're in their own head. There's something going on in their own life. They're angry for some reason. So instead of blaming ourselves and beating ourselves up about it and going, oh, I've just been rejected, I need to work on my technique, it's easier to just accept it and be like, all right, well, she's, that was weird. What's wrong with her? And don't give it a second thought. So that's the first one. I hope that's useful. I'm doing more, going into the approach, into transitioning, into conversation, into texting and dates and everything over the course of the next few videos. So please comment below and let me know what you think. Any ideas you have, any things you think that could be improved. And don't forget to subscribe so you can see the next videos in the series. All right, see you soon.